involved now. Be on the right side of history. Be on the side of good. Wear the white hat. This is your chance to be involved in human history.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
There's a fucking murderer right down the hall.
We should not submit to dehumanization. I don't know about you, but I'm concerned with what's happening in this world. We're going to stand up and we're going to be human beings. We're going to get fired up about the real things, the things that matter. Creativity and the dynamic human spirit that refuses to submit. Well, that's it. That's all I got to say. It's in your court.
Vitamin B12 is incredible. And if you have 4/19/30,
No volume.
60% off.
My bad. My bad, people. Technical difficulties. Okay, here we go.
You're fired.
Here we go.
For band.video viewers. Only
Before 1933, president-elects were inaugurated on March 4th, quivering from the threats of the almighty unknowable QAnon.
Your actions on January 6th were an attack on this country. Do you understand
No,
that?
they were not, ma'am. My actions were not an attack on this country. That is incorrect.
But Jake, legally, you were not allowed to be in what you're calling the sacred chamber.
And that is the one very serious regret that I have, was believing
He's
that
only charged. Why is she saying he did it?
it was acceptable.
This is
And it was illegal.
extremism in America, so you have to pay attention to it.
Not a surprise that these terrorists that attacked on 1/6 inspired other future terrorists. The House having to shut down today because of fear that Trump terrorists acting once again on his instruction, acting once again based on his big lie, may come and try to take out, try to kill Democratic lawmakers.
The Democrat-led Nut House of Representatives has canceled their March 4th session due to imminent threats from the far-right boogeyman that is supposed to plow through fences topped with razor wire and guarded by roughly 6,000 National Guardsmen, 50 of which that were treated for gastrointestinal issues, as the New York Post reported. Multiple Michigan National Guard members stationed at the U.S. Capitol were sickened after they were served food that was raw, moldy, undercooked, and even filled with metal shavings, according to a letter written by the state's congressional delegation.
And it's real. It's a right-wing militia group that believes that because the original inaugural date was March 4th until the 20th Amendment passed, they think this is a true inauguration day and that President Trump should be inaugurated.
We have to have what we need when we need it and in the numbers that we need it, but that's a security decision. The threat of all the president's men out there, we have to ensure with our security that we are safe enough.
In his memorandum to House leaders, which Fox has obtained, that's exactly what Honore did. His memorandum calls for a, quote, quick reaction force that permanently resides within the D.C. National Guard by reestablishing a military police battalion and staffing it with active Guard reserve troops who live in or near the city year-round, perpetually on active duty. We're going to repeat that. Year-round, perpetually on active duty. Soldiers occupying our capital city, the seat of our government, forever.
And as the Democrats create more boogeyman threats, rolling out targeted dates into the fall, sucking the power of we the people with vampiric abandon, there is also paranoid intelligence about March 20th. the day the Republican Party came to life in 1834, and Tax Day, April 15th. And there are plenty more frightening federal holidays where those came from. Of course, nobody showed up on March the 4th.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
You guys see any of those QAnon folks around here today? It's been super quiet. It's more media than anybody else, huh?
Regardless, the madness will continue outside the U.S. Capitol for at least 2 more months, while the snakes in the House passed a sweeping expansion of federal voting oversight, spitting in the face of the very reason the Capitol was breached to begin with.
They didn't bring that bill during the day. They brought it at 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday night, Saturday morning, when no one was watching. They don't want people seeing what they're doing. That's what this is about.
Right.
Again, last night, dark of night, after 10:30 at night, that banned states from showing picture ID to vote. You got to show a picture ID to buy a 6-pack of beer, but to vote, they're banning you from doing that. They mandated same-day voter registration. All of the voter fraud initiatives that have undermined voter confidence in so many states, they're trying to make that be standard. That passed last night at dark of night. Hopefully it won't pass the Senate, but it's an example of what they're bringing. That's what I'm concerned about, those socialist policies that are passing the House of Representatives right now.
Meanwhile, the Capitol Police, backed up by the largest combined police force in the nation, revealed their Keystone Cops mentality in hearing after hearing.
When you said you increased the size of dignitary protection, how many people were increased there? How many law enforcement people were increased?
Yes, sir. Thank you. So we went from 4-man protection details and increased that to 6-man protection details.
Okay, so that's not a significant increase at all when you're talking about, what we went through.
And so if DHS is set white supremacists to be the most lethal threat to Americans, and if INA was aware of domestic violent extremists mobilizing to cause violence on January 6th, then why didn't the department issue a formal intelligence warning that violence could occur?
First, we have heard of that report that we supposedly sent out that said nothing significant to report, and we cannot locate that. So I have no idea where that notion came from.
Can you follow up with us on that report, see if you can find it or where we got that impression?
We've looked, ma'am, for a while.
As the shock wears off and the reality boils, the Democratic corporocratic machine, combined with Liz Cheney Rhino Republican empty threats, desperately trying to protect the largest country club in the United States, won't sit well for much longer amongst a majority of the Republic.
The one thing I'll say for Liz Cheney is I'm sure she has a lot of bipartisan support, because if there's one thing that she and Joe Biden definitely want to do, it's bomb the Middle East. Everything else is a disaster. Everything else is just rhino policies, the kinds of policies that put the Republican Party in a position where they needed a Donald Trump.
John Bound reporting.
Bam, that was John Bound. Welcome to the Side with Side. I'm Chris from Austin with Wesley Boyd. It's February 6th or March 6th. 2021, and the New World Order marches forward. Here we are.
Could you pull your mic up to your face?
Oh, my bad. Did you catch all that?
Yeah. No, it was just fading in and out.
Okay. Yeah, as you see from the title, food prices are going up. I think now it's starting to become a very central mainline issue from what I see. I saw a headline about the lowest bracket is now spending like 36% of their paycheck on food.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's horrible. In the third world, dude, people are dying by the thousands every day.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the bigger scale. You know, America, yeah, we can take the lockdown because people need to think of the bigger picture. When you look at the whole world, we're the best house in a bad neighborhood right now, like they say. And while we have it bad, you know, in Africa and Asia, you know, they can't even afford food. I mean, have y'all heard about the food riots in Beijing?
Right. In
And then there was like
Africa.
locust plagues over there. Yeah, there was a whole locust plague all over Africa, Kenya,
Yeah.
Somalia.
But in Africa, it's like, people who like their tulips, you know where it comes from? The bulbs, they come from Africa. So they grow these tulips year round, just millions of tulips. Well, guess what? Coronavirus came. They couldn't ship their tulip bulbs out. So they went and destroyed all the tulips so they could get
Dang.
some, so they could plow them under. Like,
Okay.
yay, hundreds of thousands of people out of work. Nobody even talks about it. It's just, oh, wear your mask, do your part. Texas, you guys are gonna kill us all, I heard. Oh, down there in Texas, it's all gonna be your fault. You're trying to, dude. Did you see that? Did you see that? Come and take it with the mask on it. It's like the whole Texas Star cannon. Come and take it, but it's a mask because these people think that like we're coming to take their mask or something. Like, no, I guess if you want to wear a stupid face diaper on, I'm just gonna make fun of you. I'm not gonna take it away from you.
When was this?
I just seen it. I just seen it on Twitter. Some leftist thought they were owning us by putting the face mask on it and says, "Come and take it," with the Lone Star above it. It's like,
come and take the mask.
Yeah, like guns. Come and
That's
take it.
stupid. That's so lame.
It's just like, you fucking
lame.
idiot. Wow.
That's lame. That is the lamest thing I've ever heard.
Nobody's coming to take your mask, boo-boo.
Listen, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but like I keep having to run down these statistics everywhere I go all the time, and I'm surprised that people are barely finding out these facts for the first time. I will say them again once more. Cure rate 99.98%. Bam! Huge fact. They skipped animal trials. Huge fact. It's brand new mRNA vaccine that's never been used, you know, at a massive scale. It's not experimental. We don't know what's going on here. And it changes your DNA or reprograms your DNA. And you can't sue if you get sick. And everybody's getting side effects in all the studies they do.
Right. No, I mean, it's because you're not in a high position of power. They don't see any advantage in listening to you. But now, it's cool that you guys don't have to do the mask thing anymore and all that, and somewhat can be normal. But you know what? It's like, oh, so the governor said you can have your freedom back. Well, good for you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Like,
I think,
go fuck him. Like, it shouldn't be up to him whether or not you have your, the government told me I can do the mask off. Yay!
You see how everybody followed suit with Texas? Like as soon as Texas did it, then Louisiana's ass.
Yeah, no, around here nobody even talks about it anymore. Nobody even says anything. All the employees do it.
It's about time Greg Abbott found his huevos rancheros, to quote Alex Jones. I mean, seriously, man, what's going on?
I love huevos rancheros.
What is it exactly? Because it's not really a thing, but everybody, I guess, white people think it's a thing because restaurants have it's titled that way.
I don't know. What I've always known it as is the black beans, like breakfast. Like, it's like a black bean thing for breakfast.
No. Well, I would say, I don't know. I guess it means different things to different people, but
no, what you're saying, I just thought Anyway.
But whatever, yeah.
Tangent. Anyway, but no, I'm just saying, like, yeah, cool. He finally did the right thing after being told to. You know, after a long, it's like, okay, so what's it gonna take to make it? So it took months for him to do the right thing, but it only took him like a week to do the wrong thing.
What wrong thing?
Lockdowns in the first place.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, well, that's great. With that ratio, we're fucked.
Yeah, let me show you all the headline just so you know what we're talking about. Texas mask free again after I forgot what they call them. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of him because he's in a wheelchair, but what I am saying is just because he's in a wheelchair doesn't mean he's perfect, and now you can't criticize him because criticizing him equals criticizing all wheelchair people. Or not even that, but criticizing Greg Abbott means you're making fun of all the wheelchair people in the world.
I think he's too white. I think it balances it out. Greg Abbott. I think he's too white.
I thought he was married to a Mexican.
Maybe that helps. Maybe he just kind of keeps him.
I may be wrong. But check it out. Greg Abbott. The headline should be titled
"Your
Greg
God,
Abbott.
your master, Greg Abbott, told you could stop wearing a mask."
Greg Abbott finds his huevos rancheros.
Yeah. By taking yours.
Well, I mean, it's been a year and we only had to go through huge I guess Texas maybe didn't have it that bad as other places, but when it's like a 25% occupancy rate, you know, let me go find out how bad it happened.
Right.
But,
I think I think Abbott's just he's a creature of politics. You know, whatever way the wind blows. I think he thought going into globalist was going to get him ahead, and now I think he's kind of realizing it's not going to get him ahead because people are waking up.
Okay, since March, 6.3 million Texans have lost their jobs or been furloughed. That was in December. And I'm guessing with Biden in, it's probably gone worse. Everybody had a disaster plan, but not for something like this. Texas fared better than most states. 15%, only a 15.18% closure rate from government mandates.
Right. Well, in Idaho, parents help children gleefully burn face masks after lawmakers seek to ban mandates. So, you know, I'm not getting me wrong. It's nice. It's good to have people finally doing something. But, you know, let's do it for the real reasons.
Actually, this headline was about Greg Abbott calling out the tech companies, which that's what I'm saying. Like suddenly he's coming out.
Okay.
The state out and then coming out against big tech. But it feels like, Greg, you should have said that 4 or 5 years ago, bro. Not now that we lost the election. And it's like, of course we should do something about big tech.
Right.
That's like saying if your pants are on fire, you should jump in the lake. I mean, well, no shit, Greg. So it's they're always like 4 or 5 years behind. Like the battle is somewhere else now.
What they need to do is the banks, they need to make sure the banks can't ban people. Because the banks they've banned the Proud Boys, they've banned Laura Loomer. Now they're starting to ban Gab. They've been banning Gab forever. You know, so it's like that's the biggest issue. Payment processors. Like even if people like, hey, I believe in your alternative tech site, or I believe in your cause so much, I want to give you money. Now the bank's like, oh well, you can't bank with us. Like, wait, what? And they're like, oh, well, go to a different bank. Well, Gab has been doing that for years now. Different bank here, different bank there, different bank here. You know, going to every little bank they can, trying to figure it out.
Did you see that? Don't forget, guys. HSBC in the UK said if you come into one of our locations without a mask, we can close your account down. We'll close it down. Screw you. F you. You don't wear the mask.
Right.
That's what the world is turning into, and it's not going
Yeah,
away.
no.
So
It's not, no, dude, it's not forced. It's not forced vaccine. You just can't bank or go to the grocery store or get on a plane or have a job. It's not forced.
yeah, that's the whole point here. We need to see how the government is working with the big corporations. Have you guys realized that suddenly the big corporations became the good guys according to all the leftists in the media? It's like they don't even see the you know what I mean, like the irony. Is that the right word? Okay, what am I looking for? Can you hear me? Can you hear
On
me?
a happier note, apparently Jared Kushner is no longer in Trump's political orbit. Not that I don't think Trump really matters much anymore, honestly. But fuck
Yeah,
Jared Kushner.
I think
My point.
there will be a third party. Remember this. There will be a third party picking up steam really fast, but we're never gonna get control again. And should we be elected into the White House, you should be really scared because that only means they're gonna crash things for real, for real, for real this time. But I don't think we're gonna make it that far, honestly. I don't think they'll give up power ever again. And if they do, it's only because they'll let him be in the office and give him the whole show, and it'll just be to pull the chair from underneath him. You know what I mean? So then all the dumb people will say, "Oh, Trump caused economy crash. Trump bad."
Right?
So another news: Michael Obama urges Senate to vote for HR 1, the Democrat bill that brings communist third world voting rules to U.S. elections. Look at those shoulders.
Yep. Linebacker shoulders.
Okay.
Eesh.
So Michael demands the U.S. Senate pass a garbage bill on elections that will make the U.S. banana republic retain elections for the next 1,000 years. Was literally every move made by the Obamas one that destroyed the American system and took closer to communism? Okay, so there's an HR 1 bill, and per the article, this bill will force internet-only registration, remove social security requirements, provide motor vehicle registration for everyone. What do you think of that so far? Just that part.
Well, here's the thing. All right, here's my the extra deep rabbit hole we want to go down. You know, needing a social security card, that's a scam. You know, needing a vehicle registration, that's a scam as well. Create nationwide, like they're letting the illegal aliens become part of what is called a legal fiction. The legal fiction being birth certificate, social security cards, being the license of any kind, anything that doesn't, ideally it's the whole thing of the law is what we're supposed to follow. Everything else legal is statutory, which means that if you agree to it, that means that you have to abide by it. Now, when you're born in America, you get a birth certificate, which shows that you're, it says that you're hooked to this legal fiction, which that's why the courts get to screw with you. That's why the American government gets to screw with you. It's all the legal cover. So now the illegal aliens are going to be part of the legal fiction too. Like, this is all just putting us all under the umbrella of a giant corporation called the United States government. which if anybody looks at their court, their local circuit court, it's actually a private corporation. So technically they can't really do anything a lot to you because they have a conflict of interest. It's a really weird thing, but it's just like all this. My point is, they're just putting everybody under this umbrella of control and telling the illegal aliens and everybody, you're going to be protected. You're going to have all these rights. You're going to have all this milk and honey. And the illegal aliens think they're just going to walk in and like not have to do anything, and they're going to keep it all. They're going to take all from the white man. And I'm sorry, that's what a lot of them think. It's just like illegal aliens. A lot of illegal aliens just want to take from Americans or whatever because they don't deserve it. Blah blah blah. And so it's just because they have the UN, Southern Poverty Law Center, George Soros conditioning that they get.
Everybody gets to like. Well, there's two groups of immigrants. There's the massive caravans that are being orchestrated by the UN, and then there's just regular people that cross over, right, for whatever reason. But the ones that are being trained before being sent here are more dangerous because they've all been politically activated, and they've been they've been told, go there, you're gonna get money, you're gonna get free, you're gonna get a COVID check right away because Biden loves you and Biden loves immigrants. That's what he's gonna take your kids and force them into child sex trafficking rings. Look it up.
Right. Well, I mean, my point is, it's a lot of them. It's not evil intentions. It's just like, oh, I come here, they let me stay, and I get money, and I get this. I can have a job, and they don't ask me questions. It's like it's just what they do. There's no concept of, hey, this is wrong because there's supposed to be a system that, and how would I feel if someone just came into my country and started hanging out if we had it good, and if my hometown was good, how would I feel about someone just coming in and hanging out and not knowing where they came from or anything and giving them all this stuff, and then they're like become a protected class and all that. And it's just like there's no concept of it. It's just like, oh, they give it to me, I take it. It's okay. And it's just like I guess that's my problem.
People aren't like, well, whatever. Let me get to the rest of the list. Create nationwide same-day registration. Allow children and felons to vote. Legalize nationwide ballot harvesting. Ban voter ID. And more than that. So what is America as a country if anybody can just walk right in and start voting to change the country, and you don't even need an ID? I mean, it's ridiculous. What other country? You think China lets people do that? Japan doesn't let anybody do that. We're the only ones that literally now with Biden, you can just walk in and claim a coronavirus relief check. Why would you be giving money to people from Guatemala? Why isn't the Guatemalan government giving things? Or Honduras or whatever?
Dude, the amount of money they're giving them, there's this that we talked about before, that girl in that Time magazine who they edited to, like, she was a little immigrant girl. She was crying in the middle of the desert and everything. And it was Trump standing over her, scowling and all that. And like the whole real story was her mom was pretty much using her to get into the country to, make some money. And it's like she had done this several times before. And it's just like, okay, well, it apparently not much. And she I guess she didn't even make that much. She made like 10, 20 grand. Like, ain't shit. And like to us, to Americans,
look at this demonic liar.
And like people don't realize, like, they have, like, they're desperate. Like, you can't, like, it sucks, but you can't let desperate people just run amok.
Well, I think people that grow up in like poor countries and you see the world very differently because you're more in tune to that survival mentality and do whatever the hell I need to do, and like risking the trip to America, despite all the dangers, is not as bad as staying home and just being broke and
Right.
having no, and literally not being able to. I mean, it's bad. I mean, at least people can afford food here. Over there, not everybody affords like regular meat. Like having protein, meat, beef is a luxury.
Right, but
Literally everywhere around the world.
just because someone else doesn't have doesn't mean they can come take from me. And that's the whole thing. It's just like, it's not, the welfare usage on illegal immigration is way higher. Like, it's not like they're lazy. I'm not saying lazy. It's like, stack up 10 dudes in the house, 10 people in a house,
Well,
people
if
get on welfare, and everybody
if
still work, and then
'cause if they're
send
giving
money
you
out.
if they're giving you free shit, you'd be a moron not to take it, But we
Right.
didn't, and I'm not saying we had food stamps. I think we had that WIC thing because I'm just being honest, but not
Right.
like the food stamps. But I mean, the point is, the empire is crumbling down. We're going broke. We don't have any more money. So how can we
Yeah.
just let in 100,000 people a week?
The money was gone before any illegal immigration was an issue.
Well,
Like, we went off the gold standard, like, money gone, guys. Money
the
gone.
point- and look, here's Michael Obama saying, "I'm thrilled to see that the House of Representatives has passed the For the People Act. Now, I urge the Senate to follow suit. Nothing is more important to our democracy than safeguarding our right to vote." And how do you safeguard the right to vote, according to Michael Obama? Well, you do it by removing Social Security requirements, by making an internet-only registration where it's anybody can log in from their computer without needing to show ID in person, by creating national same-day registration.
So you could
By allowing
fake an
children and
IP with your computer a few hundred times and vote a few hundred times.
Yeah,
That's great.
or for steal other people's identities. Legalize nationwide ballot harvesting, where one person collects everybody's mail-in ballots. Banning voter ID. That's how you strengthen the democracy. That's like saying, I'm gonna help your business out by breaking the front window. I'm gonna help your business out by getting a lock picker and opening the front door at 3 a.m. I'm gonna help you with your burning house by dosing gasoline on the front porch. This is Michael Obama logic.
Yep. Well, those hormone blockers and estrogen pills and all that will make you fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah,
can't fuck with that shit too much.
I guess what they were
like. I will say, whoever like did the work, like did really, and like she's got to be a CIA operative, dude. Like, cause that is some decent work. Like, it looks like a woman who looks like a man.
Well,
it looks like
voice.
It looks like a very butch woman. I'm not gonna lie.
When he talks,
Ugly,
when he talks, you can hear his voice. You can hear that he's faking it, and we need and that's why I don't know. It's like you can hear his fakeness. You can hear the fakeness,
and the way he acts is like, it's kind of like somewhat aggressive, like a man telling you something. It's just weird. Like, you can't fake certain shit. Like, I mean, there's one there in my little area, in my little community, dude. There's one transvestite, and dude walks like a man, talks like a man, looks like a woman, looks like a man, still looks like a man. It's weird. Makes me kind of sick, honestly. Whatever, Look, it is not good. But anyway, it's just like, you can't hide that shit. Yeah, dude. Steven Crowder did a real or fake or
Look
real
at
or
Obama
Photoshop
just
video.
chilling in the background. Look at Obama just like Like, yeah, go ahead, Michael. Yeah, you do it, Michael. Man, Jesus Christ. What must the Chinese think about it?
Dude, Steven Crowder did a whole reel or Photoshop, and it was an angle of them like more head straight on, and they said it was a real, or they said it was fake, and it was. But what they did, they slimmed Michelle Obama down, and that was the only thing they did. And they're like, why? It's like it still looked like a man. It's just like, dude, like, I'm sorry, people. We had a tranny for a first lady.
Damn.
Now we're gonna have one for health secretary.
Dang, Jesus Christ. Check this out. Obama's just chilling. Obama's like, yeah,
I'm chilling.
Michael took an extra protein shake.
I like Michael just like, just like grunting it out. Like, who got rest for a second? Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Man, dude, people, I hope all this shit gets revealed 100, 200 years from now. People are going to look back on this time and be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? These people are on something else. Like, we had they had a tranny vice president, then the president after and then 2 presidents later, they had a tranny for a health secretary.
Yeah, that's
like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? These people are mentally ill. They should not be anywhere near power.
So, to change topic, what do you think about the food prices going up?
I think Michelle Obama's gonna do such a hardcore workout because Obama's just chilling. She's gonna eat all the food that's left, bro. We're all fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway. No, dude, like, that's the thing. The farming and food production, it's a constant machine. Has to keep going, keep going, keep going. Guess what we fucking did last year? We shoved a fucking iron rod inside all the gears and stopped it.
Isn't a lot of foods, like grains, can be stored for years, right? In silos?
But not too long.
So what I'm saying is, like, the stuff that was in the bank, we used that up, I'm guessing. Everybody just stopped working.
But the thing is, like, the trucks that provide the transportation, they can't just stop. Those truck drivers got jobs. They'll go move on to another job. They have to constantly be working and going. Everybody got stopped all of a sudden. And now it's like, now we're all trying to play catch up, like, oh, we can turn the economy back on now. Like, no, it's not that simple. And yeah, people will figure it out, but it's going to be like, you notice things are taking longer to get here? I have a little product, it's like a little box, like that big. You know what? It's gonna take till after the 17th to get here.
Wait,
it's
what
like,
do you think about
and that was 2 weeks. It was a week ago I ordered the damn thing, and so shipping's screwed, dude.
It's on the 9-month consecutive ninth consecutive month that prices go up. There's Zircle right there by Zero Hedge.
Yeah.
I recommend you guys check out Zero Hedge. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much, 5 cents here, 10 cents here. But what if it happens, month after month after month? Now it's like all of a sudden the thing's $3 more one day. You're like, what? How did that happen? Well, you weren't paying attention, were you?
Soaring food prices are quickly outpacing incomes, especially in emerging markets, far less insulated from skyrocketing commodity prices in developed countries. It's not just America, but nationwide, food prices are going up. People are starving. That's on top of the locust plague that were in Africa and China and parts of Middle East. And obviously this corona thing affected the supply chain, and since there's less food, now we're competing more with China over who bids more for the food. And I hear a lot of times China's getting a lot of this stuff.
Right. China will do some crazy shit. People need to realize they would literally spend more on a product on food just so we don't get food here. Just to increase because they know it's going to increase our food prices. So therefore, bada bing, bada boom.
And I believe it would only continue to get worse. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure China and America, and everybody, all the governments, they all know that war is on the horizon. And so, they're getting a lot of this food also and taking care of it. Everybody's planning ahead,
Resources. It's all resources. All I can say is, get a canner, learn to can, and then buy food while you can.
Yeah,
and
that's very good.
That's all you can really do. Food, water, food, guns, and ammo. It's really the only value in the very end. Your gold, that's gold's really cool when you're starving.
Yeah. Although I think there's a place for it, but if you don't have $1,000 worth of food, don't try to get gold. Get food first. Get food first.
Right.
Get food right now.
Gold
Emergency
is
alert. Emergency alert. Get food right now. Don't wait until it's too late. If you wait, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm gonna see it coming and then I'll go rush to the HEB or Kroger, it'll be too late. It's already too late for you right now. For a lot of you, no offense. I'm sorry. I just gotta let you know. For some of y'all, it will be already too late.
Yeah,
But
even if you get it, you won't do it to the degree that you need to. You'll go buy some ramen and think you're good.
yeah, the first thing that happened was that selection went down, and I think you kind of see that in all the groceries.
You can can a lot of things that you wouldn't think so. You can can milk, if you didn't know. You can can milk and it'll be good. So you make sure you get your milk. That's protein. That's protein. That's calcium. It's fat. You can
also
can all your vegetables and meats and all that.
You can can chicken breast, and chicken is very expensive.
Yeah, no, you just can chicken.
Anything canned protein is very expensive compared to fresh, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's all good. You can can meals.
How much is a can of Spam where you're at?
Probably $1, $2, maybe. I don't know. I don't buy Spam.
I mean,
maybe not. Maybe it's like 50 cents. I don't know. I don't eat Spam.
No, dude. I mean, let me just start by saying I don't eat Spam either, but there was a period of time in my childhood where we kind of bought it for a few weeks, and then we never did for years. And then one day we were like, oh, I wonder remember we used to eat Spam for that little bit of time? Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, because I used to make it for breakfast before the tax test or whatever. That's our annual main test in elementary school. So it kind of left an impact because of the memory, the event. Yeah. Anyway, it's $3 a can of Spam.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck
I was
that,
like $1. Dude. I was like, you're out of touch.
Dude, no. It's here chicken. What, $2-3 a pound? I think maybe less, $2 a pound.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, you can just buy a shit ton of chicken and then preserve it, can it. Like I said, canner people. It'll save your life. Everybody will be all apocalypse. Oh gosh, everybody's dying, and you'll just be in your house cracking open a can of chicken. Well, chicken fajitas.
Now's the time, man. Now is the time. You don't have I'm not trying to scare you. This isn't me trying to be dramatic to get like views and shit. My bad. Views and stuff. I'm not trying to be dramatic. Food is running out. Food chain is collapsing. But I mean, would you rather know ahead of time the bad news? Would you rather know that uh you're gonna blow a tire on Friday and kind of be mentally prepared? Actually, maybe that's not a good analogy, but the point is, would you rather know so you can prepare ahead of time, or would you rather just let the event hit you, sucker punch you? That's what I'm saying. Um, it's like people want good things to happen, so they project their like feelings and their wishes onto reality. But I mean, look at history. There's a major crisis every 80 years. That's just how things work. That's not, you know what I mean? It's like scientific, pretty much.
Right. We're not. We're all just gonna have to decide what side. Are you gonna live or die?
Yeah, decide what side, and subscribe to decide what side on YouTube and Twitter and D Line, Rumble, Rockfin, uh, Twitter. Look us up on Twitter, please. We just made an account, and we'll start posting our streams there.
D Live, Twitter, and mine.
Anywhere,
Decide what side. Or Rumble.
yeah, and anywhere that use social media account besides Facebook, look up Side with Side. We should pop up. And my internet is going to hell, so I will be logging off because I get a
All
low
right.
alert. Decide what side.